Hi friends, I'm Dorinda and welcome to Butterfly Meadows Home and Farm. We love dehydrated tomatoes. I dehydrated a lot of tomatoes from my garden this year. We've already eaten all of them. I thought I'd bring you along and show you this process. So let's go. So first I need to wash them. So I'm going to take them over here to the sink and I'm going to wash them off, dry them off a little bit, and then I'm going to slice them up and then we'll be putting them in the tray. So I want to take this little core piece out because that's not so fun to eat. Can be a little woody sometimes. And I'm using this little tool. I think it might be a strawberry capper. I'm not sure what it is, but it works great for this. So let's see how many will fit here on a tray. Here are the little grape tomatoes that we have that are left over. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're just getting a little wrinkly. And with the grape and cherry tomatoes, all I do is split them, kind of butterfly them open, because they shrink up really small. Next year, when the garden is coming in, I am going to dehydrate a lot more tomatoes. And now we'll take these in and put them on the dehydrator. Okay, I'm going to set the dehydrator at 135 degrees. As far as how long this will take, that's really kind of hard to predict. It really depends on how much humidity is in the house. But I'll check them tonight, and then I'll check them again in the morning. From my experience, it'll probably take the rest of today and until early in the morning. So the dehydrator has been running for about 15 hours. So this layer had our cherry tomatoes on it. Some of them are done. See, these are done. So our tomatoes are ready to come out of the dehydrator. They look so good. Nice and crispy. And some of them, I'll be honest, I cut them too thin. I should have cut them a little thicker. That's kind of thin. You can still eat them. It's not a problem. Now this one is still a little moist, so I'm just going to leave it there. And you have that. Sometimes you'll have a couple that just, maybe they're cut thicker, or the heat in the dehydrator is not exactly uniform. I mean, it's close, but it's hotter in some areas than it is others. You don't want any moisture in your dehydrated foods because they have moisture in them. Your food will mold and it won't keep. But if you get it good and dry, it'll keep for a very, very long time. Once I get them all in here in the jar, I'll talk about how to know they are ready to keep. When you are taking your food out of the dehydrator, you're supposed to let it come to room temperature, because it may not seem crispy and dry while it is hot, but once it cools off, then it'll be crispy if it's dry. And if you have any doubt at all that maybe it's not dry enough, just leave it in there a little longer. Unless you have your heat set really high, you're really not going to hurt it by letting it get drier. You want to have a container that you can put a lid on that will be airtight, because you don't want moisture to get back into your dehydrated food. So I have a few here that are going to go back into the dehydrator with my next batch. So here's all those tomatoes in this little jar, and it could hold a few more. I'm going to put the lid on. Now, over the next several hours, every now and then I will come and do like this and look at the jar. You're looking for any kind of condensation, any kind of moisture in the jar. Because if condensation or moisture begins to build up in this jar, then your food was not dehydrated to the point it should have been. It will not keep if moisture builds up in this jar. So you just want to come, kind of toss it around, and make sure that it's all dry. After the first 24 hours, you know it's all dry. You can either store it for long-term storage, or go ahead and keep them out like I'm going to do with these, and let everyone snack on them. So I hope this helped you to learn how to dehydrate tomatoes. Thank you so much for stopping by Butterfly Meadows Home and Farm. God bless. Bye-bye.